Hey, it's Kevin. Welcome back to the Road Warrior. A different look today. It's been a day. One car still in the shop. One car went out and having some tire issues with it. So I had to wait until my wife came home because it's like, well, we're taking the old Mustang out. It's not the first car. Well, technically it's it, when I revived the Road Warrior on a weekly basis, instead of just being sporadic when I made trips back and forth to Ohio, which was originally done in the Mini. The first time we did any serious long-form, back-to-back, week-to-week Road Warriors, when we decided to actually create the kevinmason.us website, the Road Warrior website, was in this vehicle. Now, of course, it's a whole different system. It took me almost 30 minutes just to get the camera set up to work again because you're getting a different angle. It's similar, but it's much closer. I mean, literally, I wouldn't say the camera is now like, well, maybe a foot from my face, where normally it's almost like 2 feet. Yeah, so it's a whole different view. Sorry for the view, sorry for the look, but yeah, we're going to deal with this for the next couple of weeks, it looks like. One of the joys of living in Nashville is getting car repair. One of the joys of having a Mini Cooper, when you need a new tire, is finding somebody, who can order the tire, get the tire, and then get it to match all the other expensive tires you got. And that's for a car I only run 600 miles a year. It's the backup. Of course, the Scion, that's a whole other story for another day. You would think when you have extra cars, when you have 3 cars for 2 people, you wouldn't have these problems. The luck of my day. But that's not what we're talking about. I'm not going to bore you with all that kind of stuff. We're talking about mothers. And it's funny, everybody always asks, so are you close with your mother? They don't ever ask, sometimes they'll ask if you're close with your father. And it's not even just around Mother's Day, they'll ask if you're close with your mother. And I'm very close with my mother, but not in a traditional, do I talk to my mother every day? Does my mother offer me advice? Is my mother my best friend? None of the above. I mean, I love my mother loves me, and again, we had our yearly, we don't just talk every year, but our yearly Mother's Day phone call, and it was 17 minutes long. Now, I just talked to my mother like 2.5 weeks ago. Their lives are so boring. Our lives are so boring. It wasn't like we really had anything to talk about, other than the fact that my nephew, her only grandchild, came to visit. About a week and a half ago announced he was coming to visit for the week, and it's the first time they'd seen him since the pandemic. He also lives in Florida, but still, it was nice that he was able to do that. And as I said, I didn't win Mother's Day this year. The grandson won Mother's Day, and I'm happy with that. I'm glad she was able to see her grandson, because that's more important to her. But it's funny how everybody is close, well, for the most part, close with their mothers. But close doesn't mean anything. Close is just a relative term, because it all depends on what kind of relationship you have with your mother and how you are close and how that all works out. Yeah, it's never the same for anybody, and that's okay. That is not a bad thing. My mother is a very quiet person, doesn't have a lot to say, and so I don't have to talk to her. As I've always joked, and it's not a joke, it's true, my mother is happy just sitting in the same room with me, watching me do my thing, watching me live my life, and just being an observer. That's the kind of strange mother I have, and strange is not a bad thing here. My mom's a very special person, and again, like I said, her greatest joy in life, I think, has been being a mother. And I wouldn't say that's all she ever wanted, because I don't really know what my mother's hopes and dreams and aspirations were, because I don't know if she ever really thought about that. My mother is wired differently than a lot of people, and doesn't look at life the same way other people do. My mother's not in a competition with anybody. She's never been in a competition with anybody. In fact, other than playing Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy on TV at night, my mother's not a very competitive person. I got that from my father, and I got that honestly. She just enjoys what she enjoys and does her thing. So my mother is probably one of the happiest people I know on earth. And again, because she's happy with the simple things, happy with the simple pleasures. When I asked them where they were going out to eat tonight, oh, they're not. She's making fajitas. I'm like, Mom, that's not how this is supposed to work. She just laughed. I don't mind. Why they go out, but who knows? I'm just thankful to have my mother some 83 plus years later. Well, I haven't had her for that long, but she's been around that long, and I'm blessed. Am I close? Very. Happy Mother's Day to you, to yours. Next week, another Road Warrior, kevinmason.us, home to all the Road Warrior videos. We're up on Facebook, we're up on YouTube. You know the places, you know the drill. Like, comment, share, tell a friend, all those kind of things. Hook a brother up. See you next week, another Road Warrior. Thanks.